Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome in, welcome in. I am Coach Sherri and I am back. Oh my goodness. Good day to you. So, I know I've been gone. I haven't done a live in a couple of days, and that's because I was at a conference. And yes, I probably could have gone live from there, but it was just so much going on. And I really like to stay present when I'm doing something, experiencing something, and it's challenging to incorporate that into the channel. So I'm just here really for the recap. It was a great conference. It was for apprenticeships. It was in Durham, North Carolina, on the campus of Duke. Listen, we stayed in there. It was held at one hotel, and so it was an overflow hotel that we stayed in, and it was gorgeous. Colleges are so different than they were back in the day. I mean, I guess with all of the donations and alumni funding and such, that they are able to just build extraordinary things. And the the actual hotel that I stayed in, it was sprawling. It was amazing. And it was part of their master's business program. So I believe that students from all over, probably the world, but definitely the country, they must go there, and maybe their classes are typically virtual. They just work on projects, but maybe once or twice a quarter they come to the campus, and that's where they stay, because they had classrooms and meeting rooms and kind of like think tank rooms all throughout that hotel. The hotel was not as tall as it was wide, and it just looked like a compound, but it was so modern. Oh my goodness. The restaurant area, the bar area, and the chef, the head chef for that hotel as well as the other, which was just right across the way. I mean, we literally could have walked if we wanted. It was just steps away. The chef is a chef they were able to get from the Four Seasons, and so the food was, even during the conference, the food that they had for us was remarkable. Met some great people all across the state. Met the governor. Just a lot of great connections. Think tanking again. Was able to share an idea that myself and the team has regarding April, and you just kind of talking it out, mentioning it before the conference, but you almost have to be careful what you put out there, because it just might happen and you have to always be ready. So I was invited to come onto the stage to share it with the over 250 people that were in attendance, and have them save the date for that event coming up. So I see Trevor Thomas is in the building. Good morning. Hello to you. Thank you for the hearts and everything. And also, I believe it's Nemesis One. And um, today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Definitely reflect and celebrate. Do something that you love. Eat the foods that you love. I hope that if you like, not everyone is a sweet tooth person, but if you like, have a birthday cake, or a cupcake, something that you enjoy. But I hope that it's a beautiful day where you are. Here in the Carolinas, it's going to be in the high 70s and sunny. Oh, it is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm looking forward to just sitting out and getting that natural vitamin D. Hope you are able to do the same wherever you are. Where are you tuning in from? What city, state, or country are you watching me from? I'm in the United States. And again, we have different weather, different time zones here, but I'm saying I'm also based in the Carolinas, and it's going to be a beautiful day. Loving myself just walked in. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I just came back yesterday evening from a conference in Durham, North Carolina, and it was a great conference. I always recommend, when you go to a conference, don't over expect things, because you just never know the flow of it. However, you do have the agenda beforehand. Read over the agenda, determine what sessions you may want to attend, but also have in mind what information you need. What questions do you have that you want to have answered? They may not be answered during the sessions, but connecting with other people there that are doing what you do or something similar, be sure to ask those questions so you can go back to your team, go back to your office, go back to your place of business and say, I have a response. I know something new that we can do. I feel like when you go to a conference, if you're just there to rub elbows and to just kind of be a looker seer, that's not really a good investment, and there's a lot of people that do that. They just want to go to the conference because they can, and maybe it's in a place that they've never been and they just are excited to go to the area. But when I go, I'm definitely going to seek new information, to share new information, as well, because you want to not only go there to take, to get, but to also to give, and to share. So I feel like this conference, it was definitely a give and take. I enjoyed it, met some great people, and that's what it's all about. I really can't wait to get back and you know, reach out to those that I have really connected with, because it's interesting now. A lot of people don't have business cards. I mean, they have the QR cards now, the virtual cards, but a lot of people don't have the traditional old fashioned business cards. I didn't either. And I wasn't even thinking about it. And now back in the day, you make sure you have your box of 500 business cards whenever you're going out, you grab a handful, but for some reason, that was not even on the top of my mind. However, when I was communicating with people, it was like, man, I want to stay connected. Do you have a card? And I said no, they said no. So we found ourselves writing it down. And so for the ones I did get cards from and whose emails I did receive, I'm definitely going to reach out. That's another thing you should do when you get back from a conference. Immediately, one of the top of the things should be to email those that you connected with, just to say, hey, it was great conversating with you at the conference, at, title of the conference. And I look forward to continuing our conversation. Or if they gave you a tip, thank you for the tip. We're looking forward to implementing it, or looking forward to connecting with you soon. Look out for my future invite for the event I mentioned. Whatever the case may be, just so that that connection can stick. It's almost like with YouTube. People come into different lives, or look at different videos, and they see a person that they want to stay connected with, or just someone that they see of interest. And it's more than just watching that video, especially the first time that you connect with them. Because some people, they'll jump out of a live if they're having a conversation with some in the thread, and go to that person's channel, and just hit subscribe, and then come back to that live and say, I connected with you, or I went over to your house, and whatever the case may be. But because they didn't genuinely look at a video and leave a comment, that subscription, YouTube will take that away. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to come back to your channel. That subscription that they hit, that button, it really wasn't, it really didn't have a lot of bang to it, didn't have a lot of meat to it. So YouTube might not even recommend you to them, because they're just like, oh, they were playing. And that's how it is when you meet someone in real life, especially at a conference. You meet them, you speak with them, and you don't stay connected after that day. You get their information, their contact information, you get their business card, but you don't stay connected. So that connection, it sizzles out. It becomes null and void. And then the next time, maybe a year later, if you go to the same conference and they're there again, you're both looking at each other like, oh, that's right, we did have a conversation. And you almost have to reintroduce yourself. And that's not how you build your social capital. In order to effectively build your social capital, you have to stay in touch. Not high touch, but just periodically touch base, make it so that it sticks. Make sure they have your contact information too. Reiterate your value that you bring. For sure. Wellness with frugal mama. I said mother, but you are a mother. So, but good morning to you. I missed your live. I saw you on, but I was trying to get ready. I was trying to leave a lot earlier this morning, and I know that you had a dynamic live. I'm going to watch the replay and also work out with you later on this evening. But it's great to see you, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Thank you for being here. And I see Barry walking exercise for your health is here. Ooh, that sounds really good. Ooh, walking exercise for your health. And this is the time of year if you want to walk outside. Oh my goodness, here in the Carolinas, it's going to be in the upper 70s and sunny out. And so it's a beautiful day to walk. And that is one of the best types of exercises, especially if you can do it outside and enjoy the nature and the weather, And, whether it's cold, hot, or indifferent. I remember back in the day, I used to walk with one of my neighbors. She was actually preparing for her daughter's wedding. And we would walk even if it rained. We would just put on rain jackets and just keep it moving. We were on a great schedule. I wish we would have kept it up for sure, but I'm definitely going to be walking a lot more. It's definitely good for your health. It's one of the best exercises for me and what I have going on with my health. So I need to incorporate that even more. I was thinking about a walking pad. Barry, are you familiar with those walking pads? And Wellness with Frugal Mama, I know that you have a lot of different exercise equipment. Do you have a walking pad? I was talking with someone and she was saying that she was on her walking pad. It didn't sound like a traditional treadmill, and it made me curious. I hadn't had a chance to look it up and, check out what the styles are of it, what types they have. But let me know in the chat if you are familiar with the walking pad. Good morning, JJ. It's good to see you this morning. Thank you for stopping by for sure. And I see everyone is speaking. Thank you for that. Everyone is saying hello. And I hope everyone is going to have a great day today. Look, listen, you can on purpose set out to have that great day. Do something kind for yourself and for others. Say hello, say good morning. It is Monday. Oh, this year is going by so fast already. I just can't believe it is the second week in March, the third week in March, maybe. My youngest of three, her birthday is this month, and I'm just like, listen, I'm just time is just flying. I remember things when they were babies like it was yesterday, and now I have these three young adults. So my baby, my youngest, is going to be 23 this month. I can't believe it. That is so wild to me. Time waits for no one, and time is very precious. Time is very valuable. That's why it's important not to waste it, to do things that are meaningful, do things that you enjoy. If you're not quite sure what is it that you enjoy, sit back and think about it. Don't just, do things just to do it. Be very intentional with every move that you make, because you just never know. I'm coming back from a conference that was so wonderful. It was beyond my expectations. It really was. Because there's something that I had brewing, and God put it in my spirit, and He told me, like, this event is going to be huge. Not this conference, but one that's coming up that I hadn't even structured yet. I have not put the blueprint down. I have not even created the foundation for it yet. But I knew, I just had this feeling like, oh, this date is going to be big. And because of this conference and the fact that they put me on the stage to announce just a sketch of what it is, and to let all the people that were in attendance to save the date because they're all invited. I was just like, "Oh, what?" Sometimes when you put something out there in the atmosphere, you always have to be ready, because you just never know. You may come upon a time when people will put you on that stage to make that announcement. And that's when regardless, even if you were just thinking it and maybe say, I'm not going to do that this year. But since I was on that stage, that thing has to happen this year. And so I'm actually excited. And personally, I like to have that fire ignited under me to keep me moving. I don't like to be analysis paralysis. And usually, the quicker I can put things together, the better it turns out. Sometimes if I have too much time to plan, things just don't go the way I expected, because you have that time to make changes. And, you know what, that doesn't look right over there, or that doesn't sound right. But if it has to be done like quickly, it is what it is, and you just roll it out, and it always is good and perfect. So I'm excited for it, and I look forward to sharing it with you as it continues to evolve. It's something that's going to be for the entire state of North Carolina. It's around workforce development and apprenticeships, and it's just about increasing them and giving opportunities to people. We need people in positions that are doing things that are essential just for us to live. There's a lot of essential jobs out there, and people are just not going into them, and they're not really promoting them effectively, impactfully. We can't just post and pray when we have opportunities. We have to really go out and educate people on what it is. And you just never know. You have so many transferable skills where you can pivot into things. When people say, oh, I don't know what I want to do, or I don't really have a career. I don't really, um, have a set plan. That's because they haven't been exposed. So it's about exposure. It's about bringing awareness. And so when people see the opportunities, even when I do coaching sessions for people that are mid to upper level positions, they are executives, they are administrators, they are, they have advanced degrees, and they may have been doing what their career is for their entire career, but they just aren't finding purpose in it anymore. They're just not as excited about it. And, when I do the career assessment that I have with them, they are always so blown away by the other careers that are aligned with their experience and their skills, things that they may not have ever thought about. But when they look at the summary of that occupation, they're like, wow, that's me all day. I would love to do something like that. So a lot of times when you feel burnt out, when you feel like you are in that dead end, it's because you just haven't been exposed to that next thing. And you have to look around, you have to look beyond where you're at to actually see where you need to be. And that's the beauty of what I do as a career coach, and as a person that's a professional in workforce development, is helping people uncover that, peeling back that onion to get to your main purpose and passion. We all have it. It's just a matter of tapping into it for sure. East Dad is in the building. Good morning to you. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And let me just make sure that I'm going to add you as a moderator, even though I'm not going to be here that much longer because I have to go. I haven't been to my office in a couple of days. Have a lot going on. Oof, but I have such a dynamic team. It is such a blessing to have a competent team, a team that's just as passionate, just as dynamic, and that can handle what they need to handle on a day to day. So I'm excited about that. Yes, we're up early. Trustworthiness. Yes, that's a good thing. Everyone has to have that. And I trust my team. That's a big part of just moving about, a lot of people don't have teams that they can trust. A lot of people aren't part of a team that they trust. And I find that to be so unfortunate. And you can actually rebuild trust, but it takes the effort of both parties. Now, if one person wants to do it, they have the want, but the other person doesn't have the will, then it's not going to work because trust is a two-way street, You can't just pour all your trust and expect it to, be reciprocated if that other person is not willing. And I see Sassy is here. So good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yes. Hope all is well with you. And thank you for welcoming everyone, loving myself. I appreciate you for sure. Yeah, so definitely you want to build that trust with any team that you're on, personally and professionally. With your professional team, you're with them more waking hours in many cases than you are with your personal team. You want to make sure that they have your back no matter what. One of the members on my team sent me a message yesterday about an email that she was about to send out. And she was like, can you just review it before it goes to make sure everything? And I'm like, girl, I trust you. I know that it's going to be good, she's always produced great things. So it's just like, go ahead, hit that send button. Because a lot of times, especially when you're at a conference, there's so many moving pieces and you don't always have time to multitask. Now, you do see a lot of people when they go to conferences, they'll have their laptops open, they're doing this and doing that. And I probably needed to, but I really wanted to focus and be present in that moment. It's just for 2 days. If I can't sacrifice 2 days, if I can't step away for 2 days to get poured into, to learn some new things that's going to make what we do even better, then what's really going on, right? This world is moving fast as it is. You have to take those moments when you can slow things down just a bit. And that's what I was able to do for these past couple of days. But I know when I step in my office this morning, it's going to be ready, set, go. And, I had talked about the front porch that we have. So my team, we are on a row of offices, like one next to the other. And then outside of our offices, there's a hallway right there. And then on the other side, there's a couple of cubes, but then there's some areas, some open areas. And we're in a new spot. And so that open area wasn't so open, but we called it the front porch. We have a conference room, but sometimes you just want to have those informal, real quick meetings. And I always will just yell to them, come on out to the front porch. Come out to the front porch. And it's interesting because we share, our floor is shared with the Office of Sustainability. And I know they're just like, yo, that workforce development team is off the chain. But I'll yell down, come out to the front porch. And, we have a couple of chairs there, and some will pull chairs up or stand or whatever, and then we'll just have a real informal quick meeting. It may be just a recap, it may be just going over the run of show of something that we're getting ready to do. But I love it so much. And one day I think I was like in a Family Dollar or the dollar store or something like that. It was during the holidays. I think I was looking for maybe foil pans or something. And because even though I don't cook, I like to put things in stuff to make it look like I cooked it. But at any rate, so crazy. Um, they had this section. Sometimes I just like to walk down the aisle, see what's going on. And they had this sign that I guess people hang up on the outside of their real front porch. And it said porch, and it was, painted, and the O had these plastic eucalyptus leaves around it. And it was so nice. And I was just like, wow, I can't believe I'm finding this in a dollar store. And it was like $1.25 or whatever. And so I got it. And the other day, the facilities management group came and removed, we had a whole bunch of file cabinets we weren't even using. And so they came to remove it because I really want to make that front porch something special. I mean, if I had my way about it, we would get some grassy turf out there, a hammock or two, a tall top table. I mean, but it's not that big. But I still want to make it really inviting and comfortable. And I'm just excited. So I'm anxious to see if they've done anything else since I left, because the last time I was in the office, they had just moved it, and we have two chairs that are there, but it's going to be a real comfortable space for sure. And I see, oh, Team Bill with Geo in the building. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. It's so great to see you. I know this is early for you. You're like an hour, maybe an hour or two behind me, with your time zone. So thank you for being here for sure. And if everyone, you know what, all these content creators in the building, y'all are all phenomenal. If you don't know each other, have each other connected to one another, be sure to do that. But you want to definitely connect and have it stick. Just like I was saying, when you go to a conference and you meet people, when you return, you want to email them, you want to set up another meeting maybe to continue the conversation. You want to make sure that your connection sticks and you're not trying to meet each other for the first time again the year later because you haven't stayed connected. There's no sense in meeting people and, saying hello or having great conversations without it sticking and it continuing in. So even in here, as you see different content creators that you may not have been aware of, when you go to their channels, look at a video, leave a comment so that it will stick, because YouTube knows the difference. And they will say, okay, yeah, that person subscribed to you, but they're not really rocking with you. They haven't really, committed to you. And so we're going to take that subscription away. And then you're like one or two subscriptions down. That's so wild when they do that, because, you see your channel growing. You're like, oh, okay, I grew. I'm two people up or five people up or whatever. And then the next day you'll be 5 or 10 people down, because I guess they look at it all and they say, well, wait, we're going to do this whole audit. And I'm sure they do that. And it makes sense. I'm not mad at it. But I'm just saying, if we're going to connect, let's connect genuinely. And that's what I say to the people that I have conversations with at conferences. I am definitely going to connect with you. Let's stay connected, letting them know you're going to look out for my email, look out for my invite, because that's so important. And that's how you increase your social capital. Listen, they talk about economic mobility and access, and why people aren't doing better, why they aren't securing better jobs, why people aren't making more money. And it used to be excuse me, I need some water. It used to be it used to be because of their access to jobs and whatnot, and that's true, right? But the reason why they have challenges with access to better jobs, access to making more money, you know, access to just greater opportunity is because of the lack of social capital. And a lot of people don't put a lot of stock into social capital. They're like, ah, oh, that's that person over there, they think they all that, or, whatever. But you need to meet people, because you never know what type of collaboration may come out of it. You never know who you may have to refer them to, because they can take that next person to another level. You just never know. And that's the increase of social capital, is knowing people that know people. It's knowing people that know things that can really help you. It's you're not in this alone. If you're trying to be in this alone, you're going to remain in this alone, and it's not going to be a good thing. And that's when you become disgruntled. That's when you start saying, oh, the man's keeping me down and all that. No, you're keeping yourself down, because closed mouths don't get fed. So, it's about having those genuine conversations, just proper etiquette, just, saying hello. Sometimes it opens doors up that you'll just be like, yo, what just happened? Being genuinely interested in other people. And you just never know, because especially if you are a parent, that person may have be open some doors for your generations to come, because of the strength of you, because of how you are. It could be a friend. Even when you do referrals, and some companies give referral bonuses, and they prefer you to refer family members, friends, because they know birds of a feather flock together. And if you are good at what you do, if you show up, if you have good work ethics, good work habits, they typically will, hope that the people in your circle are just the same. And so they 9 times out of 10 will give your person a chance over someone that's just blind to it all, that's, new to it all. And so, you want to continue to increase that social capital to help not just yourself, but everyone in your circle, because you can't be the only one killing the game, doing well in your circle. You want to spread that with other people. Because if you're the only one doing it, then you're in the wrong group. So that's all I know for sure. Let's see. Sassy is saying, have a great day, getting ready to start my day. It's 5:55 in the morning where you are. Yes. So Sassy, wait, did you say 5:55? So you're 3 hours behind me? No, 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 2 hours behind me. Because if that's 5, 6, yeah, 2 hours behind. Yeah, because it's 8 o'clock here, 8 a.m. p.m. I mean, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm about to go so I can hit it. It's going to be a great day on purpose. It can be. Change your mindset, change how you move, do things better, treat yourself well, treat others well too, but treat yourself even that much better, because you deserve it. You absolutely do. You are great at what you do. You are perfect just how you are, but every day you want to move that needle a little further. And at the end of the day, consider all the things that you are grateful for. And so you have to look for them throughout the day, right? That's like when my kids, when they were younger, and we would pick them up from school. And, most parents would say, how was your day? And the kids would say, oh, it was good, and then that's it. But we never would ask our kids, how was your day? We would say, what made you laugh the hardest? And that made them start thinking about things throughout the day that made them laugh, because they knew that question was coming. So when you're thinking about what you're going to be grateful for at the end of the day, throughout the day, consider things that you are grateful for when they happen, and remember them, jot them down. All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in and being here. And if you're watching this on replay, leave me a comment and let me know how your Monday's going. Tell me where you're tuning in from, what city, state, or country. I appreciate you all. It's been my pleasure. Remember, practice every day. Practice so hard. And listen, even in practice, you don't know who's watching, but practice so hard that when you get in, you will always win. I am Coach Sherri.